Hey everyone. I got kind of a different setup here since I'm currently on the couch using my 4K TV instead of the computer monitor. And I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna actually do the beginning to Yharnam, which we skipped during our initial stream setup. So I'm gonna hit new game.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get on with it.
Well, you've come to the right place.
This will probably be in
Yharnam is the
a couple of
home
parts.
administration.
I can get through Central Yharnam quickly enough, but regarding Old Yharnam and Amelia, maybe it would take a bit longer, but remains to see.
But first, you'll need a contract.
I'm probably gonna pick like one of my favorite ones. Let's see. Let's go with this man. This Griffith looking bud. And oh, how do you move the thing again? Oh, there we go. It's just right stick. What to call him. I mean, it's just gonna be like a placeholder thing. I'm probably gonna delete him afterwards. But man, it's hard still. Let's call him I'm not quite sure where that's from, but let's just go with it. Let's see, I want the one with balanced. Sounds very good. Military veteran. Yeah, let's go with that. And age young. What's his voice like? Yeah, sure. Kind of a twinky vampire hunter here. That's cool. What annoys that? I kind of want to get a PS Pro at some point, but it's not going to affect Bloodborne's performance any, so that's kind of disappointing. But it will get more use out of my 4K TV, that's for sure. Even though games look pretty good as is in 1080. Come on.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
You might think it's a bad dream, but I've got a chocolate bar. So I'm good. I'm watching my my mother's dog for the weekend, so if you're tapping or commands or anything, that's just her. And me commanding her not to do things. I also have my cat here though, so she's very up his arse. And these lovely fellows. Not quite sure how the volume is now, but I'll adjust it as it goes on.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
And here we are. I'm gonna step right into that shadow. Kind of a reverse out-of-body experience. So you play Pale Blood to transcend the hunt. We've kind of been in the later areas, so we kind of got a grasp on what that means, but you know, it's still, you know, vague a little bit. We got our werewolf buddy. How's our controller status? It's fine. I hope I don't have to like go and charge my controller. Like for a while after this, but if this is a two-parter, which it most likely is, I'm gonna need to do that anyway. But it's just gonna be on me, huh? No, stop. Asshole. Kill that man. Bye. Not exactly speedrun tactics, but we get by. Let's go grab our weapons. It's encouraging to see so many little hunter helpers around. Whoa! It just means there's a lot of people playing, and rightly they should. The free for PS Plus thing is huge for Bloodborne. Not only for boost up players, but also for people who maybe weren't into Souls games and didn't give Bloodborne a shot. Bloodborne is one of the best games for PS4, in my opinion. It's kind of a shame to skip on it. Okay, the door's not here, and we need to go grab our weapons. And for this one, I'm gonna go with the Hunter's Axe. So I played a bit of Gascoigne cosplay at some point, and honestly, I kinda dig it. I'm gonna go with the blunderbuss because I don't do that more often. I mean, this is essentially my Gascoigne setup right now. That's fine. You haven't seen that, so just gonna set up all the things, even though I'm not gonna technically be utilizing it.
Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now.
My dog has very sharp nails. She has to get them cut quite often.
Friend to you hunters.
So that's why you're gonna hear a lot of tappy taps on my wooden floor.
Now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
Yeah, so he's a creepy man. German's bad. Also, we are good looking. I just want to say. Okay, so back to the just gonna hop back to the sick room because we skipped a couple of items, so we just ran past. Blood vials are very good. We'll need the blood vials. Might actually go with oh, I think I'll try going with the axe for now. The Kirk hammer is really good, and I haven't used it since my main character. I tried on the character that you saw previously. I tried to use the shooter spear, blunderbuss spear or whatever, which is cool, but you know, I didn't really fall into taste.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
Okay, so she gives us a blood vial, which I never use. I should, but I just never do it.
Good hunting. Are you still in need of something? But I have nothing more to offer. Please, try to understand my position.
Try to align it so see her face. It's really difficult. You kind of see something there, like tiny hole. Oh, that's fine. So she won't let us in, but if you talk to her later, slight spoilers I guess, she's been replaced by a body double or some sort of other thing, and now she's like, she wants you to bring people there so she can quote unquote heal them of the beast scourge. What she's actually doing is she's experimenting, performing horrible experiments on them, and it's not cool, and you shouldn't let her unless you send people you don't like, in which case you probably could. Okay, we're already halfway during our blood vials. That's a good start. I really like the axe. I didn't like it when I first started playing Bloodborne, but maybe it's like something about Monster Hunter or something, which has gotten me more appreciative of the slower, more like range and timing based weapons. But I've really gotten to appreciate it. Oh, we didn't talk to Gilbert, we just kind of ran past.
Oh, you must be a hunter, and not one from around here.
Oh, I got some shit on my face.
I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit.
Or an entry.
Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yharnam lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace say. Yharnamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally, they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
Yep. So Gilbert's actually a pretty good help, because he tells you essentially where to go in kind of a vague fashion, but still he tells you like, oh, you gotta go here to, you know, go do the thing, you gotta cross the Great Bridge to Cathedral Ward, which is where you'll find Father Gascoigne. He's a hard man. Let's see, how's our boys doing here? Oh, my stamina is bad. Stamina is very bad. That was a poor calculation on my part. At least we get enough blood vials here to survive through it all. I think this guy only gives us a blood gem, if anything. Also, this heavy attack is bananas powerful. Oh, it just gives us blood vials. That's just a training enemy, I suppose. But yeah, the charge R2 attack is almost overpowered in this game. You can basically stagger a ton of bosses with it. Wait, did that guy join the herd? Yeah, I'm not gonna give these different NPCs, if you could even call them that, I'm not gonna give them that much attention because they're just gonna say piss off, and I don't need that kind of energy in my life. I'd rather just focus on the ones who would actually listen to me. Well, fun thing you'll see here is if you attack someone and they're like in an attack animation, not the parry, but the fucking attack. You see, that does bonus damage. If you catch them in the attack, you actually get a good jump on them from the get-go, even though it's very risky. But if you see them like stumble, you get like a special bonus hit from it. Oh, didn't have enough stamina there. Whoa, that was a not a sweeping attack, which I actually wanted. Doesn't matter though, we get a lot of blood vials just from defeating these dudes, which is why a lot of people run through here early game to grind. Yeah, pretty much all the forms of the axe has pretty like cool attack patterns. the R1 on the two-handed mode is pretty good. The regular R2 is pretty slow, as you can see, but you can follow it up. Whoa. Bad. Bad. That's fine. Got a couple of cocktails. Gotta get up to grab some of those bullets here. This whole area plus the first boss is kind of meant to be defeated at a base level. At certain base levels. Sometimes you can get kind of unlucky with your class pick. Or your origin pick or whatever. But the point is, they're not supposed to be very hard. Especially with military combatant or whatever it's called, this thing. Especially with what I have right now, I get extra strength. And I can kind of power through a lot of enemies with this axe. Even this dude. He is no match. Got a torch, got a cocktail, and blood vials. I'm gonna equip that torch, as some of these areas can get a bit hard to see. Not that much now, because the light is actually pretty generous around here now. Yeah, this two-handed attack is very good against most enemies. I can basically skip all of this by, I think, heading down this area and then wrapping back to the shortcut. Problem with this axe here is that, similar to the Kirk hammer, you kind of need a lot of stamina to wield it effectively. But I think we're reasonably good here. Also, I could buy blood vials and stuff, but I think we'll just save it for now. I don't know of any save places, sorry. First we'll run back and grab the shortcut, and then we can pursue on into the into the sewers and grab some better armor. It is the only armor you actually need in the game. The starting armor is not much, but any armor after that is pretty much good. Unless it's like the student uniform or some like novelty item. I feel like my TV is pretty good about brightness right now. This area is pretty lit up by itself. When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the Cathedral Ward, as they burned old Yharnam to the ground on that moonlit night. We'll see old Yharnam in not too long. First we need to beat a couple of bosses and progress from there. And in this playthrough I'll also show you how to get to Amelia through the quote-unquote hard part, or the correct path. Considering that like it's very easy to think you have to go grind 10,000 blood echoes to even progress, but that's not the case. You just need to go around a very specific way after you beat the Bloodstarved Beast. Dude, come on. There we go, thank you. Also, these are very good early game Bloodwell farming spots, as a lot of people have figured out. This is a very useful shortcut, which we'll get not shortly, but eventually, going through this area. So nice to have been play through a lot of the early areas, like several times over in Bloodborne, because you get to know them quite a lot. That means you can just like power through it and get to a lot of the more interesting stuff. I don't know, that's a bit unfair. I don't think things are like uninteresting in certain areas. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was gonna one hit that guy. Let's go talk to my favorite lady.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Thank you.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now. Still lingering about.
Yes, I want your cooler emote.
What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts? No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
Yeah. I'm just gonna exhaust her dialogue in case that's a trigger for her to move on. As often as it is in Souls games. You encounter a character and you need to talk to them until they start repeating stuff. There's a lot of noises around here. Take care of these fools. I want to fight as many people as possible now, just to get enough echoes to level up before the boss, just to like be able to power through it all. I think we'll be able to crit this guy. Yeah, and even like the heavy attack does half his health, so you can't do wrong with the axe, really. Okay, can't remember which to jump down to first. I think that one over there is a saw spear, which was not that attractive to me right now. Give me my health back. Yeah. So upgrade items are more attractive to me, but I am gonna go roll down and get the saw spear as well, just to show you that it's there. Oh, right, there's no rats here. Rats, am I right? Madman's Knowledge. And there is your first item that you'll need if you want to level without first meeting the boss. The first boss of the area. What I probably should have done is I should have taken care of the people up here. They might shoot me as I climb up, but we'll take our chances. Oh, there he goes. Okay, Stick Boy will chase us in here, but he's no issue. Roll in and get the last attack on him. Oh, hold on. Cool, they're synced up. That's good. Ow! That's a lot. You'll also notice if you get hit while attacking an enemy or in an attack animation, you'll also take bonus damage, so you need to be aware of that. If you're fighting a hunter particularly, which usually they'll shoot a lot, and you don't want to be caught in that. If you get shot at the wrong place, you'll likely be visceraled, and depending on the enemy type, there might be a one-hit kill, and you want to avoid that as soon as possible. If possible, I mean. More oil urns. I don't know how much I'll use them, but they are useful if you're using a lot of fire stuff. Okay, I can't remember if there's too much over here. Or at least drop down and get this. Another upgrade item. So with the stuff we got so far, I think we'll be able to at least upgrade our weapon a couple of times and level up with how many souls we have. I guess I played on a pretty low volume, but I don't remember actually like hearing a lot of the enemies beforehand. Alright. And there's another Madman's Knowledge if you skip the first one. So if you're having severe troubles with the game, instead of simply going and level up, you can also get another one so that you may summon someone for this, both the optional boss and the boss later on. You might want to tackle the optional boss yourself. Depending on how you play, it might be harder than Gascoigne, but I don't know.
Are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell.
Ground beef.
This is we look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared.
Yes, we will find the girl's mother. I don't know if I have the heart to tell her afterwards,
It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it.
but we'll at least,
You mustn't forget. If you
yes, we'll get the music box,
had this music box.
which is not necessarily
And when Daddy forgets us,
like required for the boss fight, but it will make it a lot easier if someone is ever stuck on it. Alright, and then we have this shortcut, which honestly, not really the greatest shortcut, because if you go down here, I mean, if you die here, then yeah, it's a good shortcut, but if you go down here and just go like a tiny bit down the other path, you'll find a super useful shortcut. makes the well, just makes the shortcut we just unlocked feel kind of useless. I don't know. Oh yeah, you're still alive. And you're still alive. That's hard to tell. Smash. Okay. They don't drop a lot of good stuff, but they're gross, so we gotta take them out. Take him out, take the crows out. The other crow out. Get your crows out, boys. Oh, it's the other one that has the item. You see, this attack is super good for crowds. If you can get it off, and even if you get hit, you see you regain some health just by oh, he's gonna buff. You gain some health just by hitting them, so even if you get hit right before you pull it off, usually you'll hyper armor through it, which is a descriptor that means like, oh yeah, you can just, you know, attacks won't stack you, basically is what hyper armor means. And the axe has a lot of good. Some of those. Crow, are you gonna? Okay. Thought we might have found a chill crow, but nevertheless, that's not the case. I was gonna check real quick on our stream right now, because I'm sitting a bit far from the PC. I haven't quite got the Twitch set up on a phone or something, so give me a second. There have been some dropped frames on the stream. If you feel like you notice any audio sync, I've heard refreshing it. If you feel like you notice any audio out of sync, is what I meant to say. If you do that, I hear refreshing will help. But if you're watching an archive, I might just have to like download it and edit it before it goes out. Should I go and get some? Nah, it's fine. I'm gonna go and wait, first I'll use my thing. Pop this, and then when you return or reload the Hunter's Dream area, the doll will be awake, and you'll be able to level up. Hi, doll.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you, to embolden your sickly spirit. Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Okay. So before we before we do that, we're gonna see if we can upgrade our weapon. Just gonna some other stuff here. I pretty much always put the multiplayer stuff in the right touchpad hotbar. Okay, let's see. Upgraded a couple of times. Hasn't reduced any durability, which might be. I feel like they do a bit later, so it might just be like a sort of quality of life thing. Okay, I got 8 in storage, 31 storage. That's a decent amount, at least for this area. I don't think I'm gonna use like a ton of more.
Very well.
Okay, I do want more endurance, so I'm just gonna boost that.
Farewell.
Let's see how much blood vials are now. Okay, 180. Get some fire there, stock up on pebbles, just drain all of our echoes out. We haven't been on top of the bridge yet, and I do want to explore the sewers before I meet the boss. Which will be a short adventure. Oh, he almost flamed me. He's a rude man. Sometimes I misjudge the attack length of the regular R1 because I like using the extended blade a lot more. They will not give us blood vials. I think this guy will. No? Okay. How about these fools? Yeah. God, the crow. Crow. Always a neat trick. Killing that guy or killing one of those guys and then using a vial if you're to top yourself off. Maybe these fools want to tussle. Oh, come on. Oh, that guy comes. There we go. Ah, I'm out of stamina. Whoa, I thought I had him there, but he got a final shot at me. Thankfully these dudes dropped 3 blood vials. They won't be as generous later on, they'll instead drop like shards and stuff. Which is really good, but it's not vials, so occasionally, in the later game you might find yourself instead going to buy blood vials or grinding them on other enemies. I still need more stamina, I feel like. Wow, that was 6 blood vials. There's our big boy. Yeah. And more blood vials. The more stock we have, the better it is. Okay, again. Jumping down to the sewers. Down here. Grab the thing from the hanging man. Pebbles. What's nice about pebbles, and they really should too, is that they're so inexpensive. The 10 echoes, you can get basically like 10 pebbles from killing our guy at some point. That was a bad shot, but I recovered. It's just a bit slow. He's about to pummel me to death. With a weapon like the Soul Cleaver or this axe here, you can overpower these fools pretty easily. Is there an item over there? Yes, it is. I don't want to miss any items. Oh, it's just he's gonna have vials on him. And this is gonna have a chance. No, cold bloods. Whoa. Come on. I would have had that. Okay. And here is our hunter clothes. I kind of prefer the ones that are in the actual shop, but these are good too. I especially enjoy the hat more. It's sort of like piratey captain's hat that you find in the shop. Oh, come on, I thought I had that. Roll attack. Nope. Rats and dogs are dangerous enemies because they can really pummel you down if all of them get on you. It's a bad scene. I'm gonna climb up, I think, and then roll back over the bridge. Since I did spend a couple of vials there, more than I think I needed to. but I don't think I'm gonna spend 18 wells on the boss. So I think we're gonna be good. I'll try to beat him down with fire. And a two-hander. This boy's very cool. Oh no, he grabs me right away. That's fine. It doesn't hurt. Oh, he's about to grab me again. You can easily stun him with a Molotov if you get a good shot in. And you can keep stunning him if you have enough stamina. Yeah, so the Cloak Beast is not really a really big deal. He's scary. He can get you if you're not careful. But the thing about him is a lot of his attacks miss. A lot of his attacks, like if you just like stand by his feet, they'll miss you. Some of his grab attacks are harder to sort of predict in that sense, but if you're just like good with your spacing and throw a couple of Molotovs at him, then you're good. He doesn't actually attack that often, and you can stun him out of it with a powerful weapon.
Welcome. What is it? Very well. Let me.
So we're just gonna... I like upping strength, but we are pretty strong. More endurance, a bit more vitality. That should be good. And we should go to... Let's go beat Gascoigne. We haven't even explored down there with the rest of the sewer, but that's just a pig. That's not really much of anything, but we'll get there. We'll run across the bridge and get there very quickly. I might be slightly distracted because my cat is now splaying out on my lap, or near my lap. Oh, come fucking... I mean, that's my fault, but that's also like the most annoying thing. When they're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like start swinging my thing at you, and I don't find the range on my R1s. Drop? No? Okay. I just want to clear out this building and get on with it that way. It's not really the way we want to go, but it's kind of a detour. Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. Oh, I actually managed to replenish my health with that. I guess the axe has pretty good rallying, which is this game's term for getting your health back. You can get like blood gems that increase your chances to get health back and stuff, which is very useful. This one's like a fun trick. You just stand here and everyone run past you, because it's like it's part of the scripting error. Then they like, oh, who's that? And then they all die, except this guy. Sometimes he just like completely misses the mark. Just gonna have a glass of water before I continue. Oh yeah. Yeah, I dinner. My dog seeks permission before she goes up into the couch. She's not really allowed to at home, but with me she's allowed to. I probably shouldn't, but you know, it's an old couch that I just like got for free, so it's not really a big deal for me. It's easy to vacuum and all that, and I got a towel down. But she does shed a lot. A lot of like long soft hairs. She's a border collie. Fucking grossest animation in Souls is the pig anal stimulation. I actually meant to say examination, because that sounds less gross and weirdly sexual. But they both work, so. Anyway, now we're gonna get up to Gascoigne. Don't actually know how. Don't actually know like how we're gonna do with Old Yharnam. I do want to get through it, but it's not exactly a small area. Like there's some meat to it, but we've at least gotten this far. I do want to check afterwards how our timer is doing. I didn't equip the music box. There we go. He dodged right into me. And he shoot.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me.
Whoa! Oh right, he shoots after that. Oh, I can also use it a bit before. Damn it, no. God damn it. I was just trying to be fancy. I wanted to get behind him, but then he did his like stunny thing into the gravestone thing, and that was my mistake, so I used up all my stamina. God damn it. That's a heartbreaker. Well, that ends my no dying streak at least. Oh, I should go and grab the quicksilver balls before I continue. It's too good to just leave them behind. Gimme. Thank you. Get filled up on bullets. And on we go. So yeah, I wouldn't call Gascoigne easy. He's a very hard stumbling block for a lot of new players. But that's kind of the thing with him, is he's sort of made for new players to learn, like, okay, hey, you gotta kind of learn some parry timings and stuff, because, you know, enemies are going to be aggressive, and that's going to be a very effective way to handle them. And you also learn, like, okay, some enemies, or some, like, bosses have particular things you can do to make them easier. And in the case of the Cleric Beast, you learn that, hey, some bosses can be stunned, either by, you know, attacking them a bunch, or hitting specific parts, usually hitting specific parts. And a lot of creatures are, a lot of, like, larger bosses are weak in, they're weak with arms or legs, and also the head. If you get that internalized, you're gonna do pretty well against a lot of them. But also bosses like the Cleric Beast, not the Cleric Beast, the Bloodstaff Beast will, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, will be more susceptible to, like, parrying and backstabbing and stuff. It's more of like a battle of attrition kind of thing. What's that smell? Aha, who got it off first, huh? Oh. Use my free music box. My second free music box. Come on. Oh, damn it. I missed it again. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta be aggressive back. And what failed me last time is I tried to like hop around and try to like dodge his like launch attack. Not launch attack, because he does like a bigger launch attack, but like his lunge attack, I guess. It's a more apt way of saying it. I'm gonna turn this into a jewel. Into a gem, I mean. Because I don't feel like giving that to the little girl this playthrough. I think she's been through enough. A woman's bright red brooch, engraved with the name Viola. Perhaps a jewel is a gift from Hunter, used to change it to a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. Okay. I don't have the blood gem tool yet, but now I have the gem to use it. Physical attack up and rally potential. It's a pretty good gem actually, especially for early game. But you know, a lot of people will want to do the quest just for like, you know, story reasons, or just because it's interesting that this game kind of has more traditional quests, I guess. Not to say other Souls games don't have it, but you know, I think this is where we get the Blood Gem Workshop tool. So you get a gem and then you get a tool right away. Yes, there it is. The Bergenworth spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us. A terrible shame, and makes my head shudder uncontrollably. Yeah, so they sow the seeds of many different lore points early on here, which you might not get when you first go through it all. Which is fair. Like, even though I watched like a full playthrough and have seen more explanations about lore and stuff, it's still like a lot of it's up to interpretation, and also like you see new things and think of new things as you go through the game, especially as a second time observer.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside.
I don't like how you point the gun at him.
It does. Always has, you know. Since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now. Yharnam's done for, tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on.
And it's a
over,
lot of incense.
if you wouldn't mind. I know I shouldn't be asking you, but if you happen upon something,
Yes, we'll bring them to Erden Chapel. No problem. So what you can do is you can go back, give the girl the brooch, tell her to go here, and she'll die on the way, which is terribly sad and doesn't actually like benefit you aside from getting you like a like a messenger bond, like a bloody messenger bandage, which is bad. Oi. Oh, I unequipped upgrade my weapon. Yes, I'm here. God damn it. These guys are so easily parryable, I don't know why I'm screwing up. Yourself good hunter garb. Don't worry about that, that's nothing. Yes, that's a good, I think that's the one you buy from the shop. Potentially. These are just the same. You can very easily just sell those and you won't really lose anything. Okay. I think we'll make it down to at least the starting lamp of Old Yharnam and then we'll go level up again. There's some house cleaning stuff and exploring to do down here before that. God damn it. The dogs are so bad in this game. I'm just really screwing up here, so I'm being very not cautious at all. Try to do like, yeah. The running attack is, there's too much, I hate to say it, there's too much range on it. It just like, you try to run and like, get a good shot off and then you just end up overstepping. God, stop. I hate the dogs in this game. It's one of those enemies that are like, they just like won't leave you alone. If they start attacking and you're not like dodging away, they're just gonna keep going at it. Like they're one of the enemies that you don't want to try to rally back your health because you'll just you won't win the battle of attrition because they're so fast.
Precisely how I started out. Oh, big protege of Marcel. Why not cooperate?
Cooperate.
Oh, take this.
He gives you 5 paper, which is very useful.
Beast hunting is as... There must be... Go on.
Let's just exhaust his dialogue. He's bad. He's not a good guy. He appears good because he's kind of like they subvert your expectation with him because he's like kind of the Solaire-ish dude of this game, but he's not. He kind of appears like that because he's like, ooh, let's cooperate. I'm a good guy. Let's talk about things. And he's a good character. I like his character. It's just he's not trustworthy. More gemstones. I haven't actually upgraded anything with gems yet. Which I'll do afterwards. What are you gonna do, huh? I figured. I wish I could be friends with these werewolves, I really do, but that's not an option. Let's get some useful items here. Antidotes. Let's see. I don't really need. Well, I guess I'll equip some pebbles just to have something to chuck at enemies, I guess. Blood cocktail, that's good. Okay. For the purposes of time, I'm just gonna skip Jura and the other hunter, and instead just run straight to the next shortcut. Apologies for that. I'm still kind of
Welcome. What is it?
kind of got a cold, I guess.
Let me
The weather was real nice today. Let's see. Pop more health and another point of strength. I always like leveling up strength. It's a very useful stat. More damage is always welcome. This is... it scales a little bit in skill, but it's like very negligible. I don't know. I can't do that. I can't do that word. Well, I don't actually have any extra shards right now. Oh well, let's repair at least. And then do this. That's it. Don't have workshop tool yet. Okay. I'm gonna have a quick break right here. And